Welcome back to the All American Savage Show podcast. I am your host, Juan Berque. I say that because I don't know. I was going to make a caravan joke, but I got nothing.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Dude, I don't know.
I gotta compliment you on your wardrobe today.
Oh,
looking good, my man.
These Shell Shock t-shirts you can pick up at shellshockcbd.com. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I am so bothered by what I'm seeing on social media. And I know that social media sometimes tries to magnify or put a magnifying glass on isolated incidents and small events, if you will, as we've seen perpetuated by social media time and time again. And I do need to caveat real quick, we are not streaming on the John Ross YouTube page anymore because the topics that we are going to discuss now are going to be just on the All American Savage Show YouTube page because I've already been banned on Twitch or suspended for 2 weeks. I know it's coming to YouTube. I don't want to risk my John Ross account. But in regards to matters relating to transgenderism and LGBT, they are very, very draconian with their terms of services because God help you if you say anything against the gay community. And I've got a lot to say this morning, and I honestly feel like this just needs to be said. But before we get into that, this episode is brought to you by shellshockcbd.com. And there we go. I see what you did there. We are now offering wholesale options. If you are a business owner and you sell CBD or anything remotely like that, we are now offering wholesale discounts. It's available on our website. Want to share the greatness of Shell Shock products to your customers? Go to shellshockcbd.com/wholesale to apply. It's just that simple. Also, subscribers only. If you subscribe to the Shell Shock CBD website, we have the pet bundle. For the entire month of June, Shell Shock subscribers have access to an exclusive bundle deal. 1 bottle of pet CBD drops, any flavor, 1 bag of pet CBD chews, any flavor, plus a Shell Shock pet bandana, small and large sizes available, valued at normally $63.97 that you get for $44.99 just for being a subscriber on the shellshockcbd.com website. So subscribers can access this deal by clicking on the My Membership tab on their account page. So again, that's the pet bundle and deal that is available only to subscribers. So by being a monthly subscriber, you get a 10% discount and you get access to these amazing bundle deals. You can't beat that with a brick stick. That's actually really good there. So if you haven't subscribed to the shellshockcbd.com website, become a monthly, bi-monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months, you should do it now. You save 10%. And it's a great deal. All right. This article is coming out. It's almost as if like I want to say I told you so. The article says, digging through the lies and misinformation about the Uvalde, Texas massacre. Here are all the facts and false claims. This is posted June 5th, 2022. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me make sure I pause these ads. All right. The following editorial is attributed primarily to Georgia law enforcement from their Facebook page, along with the editorial content written by the author. The claims, here are the claims. The exterior door to the school was propped. Oh, no, don't forget, I do have to clarify. This was going through the police reports, the 911 calls, and the video and audio that has been shared around and through the law enforcement community. A lot of people are watching this. But the claim is the exterior door to the school was propped open when the gunman entered. I got this one wrong. I didn't know this. A teacher heard the shooter wreck his truck, ran outside to call 911 and was told by a neighboring funeral home that he had a gun. She ran back inside while removing a rock that was propping the door open. The doors are supposed to automatically lock when they close, but it didn't. The cause is being investigated, so it wasn't the teacher's fault. The door just didn't lock. That's to be investigated. Claim. Police were too scared to enter the school until Border Patrol got there. False. Police entered the school 4 minutes after the initial 911 call. Excuse me. After they approached the classroom where the shooter was, he shot through the wall, injuring 2 officers. Police could not return fire for risk of injuring kids inside. They were only equipped with handguns. Claim. A Border Patrol agent retrieved a shotgun from his barber and entered the school to take out the shooter because the police wouldn't. False. An agent did retrieve a shotgun from his barber and entered the school, but he stacked up in the hallway with police. Claim. Police sat in the hallway for 40 minutes while the shooter killed 19 kids. The shooter, that's false. The shooter shot 18 kids in the 4 minutes before the police entered the building. He then shot 2 of those officers, but there wasn't a single shot fired from the time they dragged both officers out until BORTAC arrived on the scene. During that time, police kept the gunman pinned in one location, evacuated the rest of the school, and eventually found the principal who was hiding with the master key. It was initially understood that Bortak called out to the students inside the room, and the gunman shot the girl who did. However, we've just received a message from a Uvalde family stating that a boy inside the classroom said, to fool everyone in the room, the gunman yelled out, if anyone needs help, yell help. A girl in the classroom yelled and the gunman shot her. This is what prompted Bortak to breach the door. Claim, police should have found another way to breach the door earlier. Mostly false. There is no one right answer in these situations as there are too many variables. However, the police were shot through a concrete wall. The classroom door was an outward opening steel door set into a concrete wall with a steel door frame. This type of door is incredibly difficult to breach without special tools, and they are designed to keep active shooters out. At the time the police were able to regroup after dragging the injured officers out, the shooting had stopped. This classified the situation as a barricaded gunman with hostages. Rushing a hostage takeover will often force them to begin executing hostages. And this is especially true if you cannot breach a door within a split second and utilize the element of surprise. An example of this can be seen with the little girl that the gunman killed as Bortak was preparing to breach. Claim, the police admitted they screwed up and made the wrong call in a press conference. False. As a Texas DPS official who was speaking from a place of emotion made some statements that have been completely taken out of context. Now, this is where this guy should never have done this. He should have shut up until he had all the facts. This is why leadership screwed their own. During these situations, in the moment, you only know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. Decisions can only be made based on what you know at the time. With the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course, it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period, Colonel McCraw said. The key words in the above statement are, with the benefit of hindsight. And where I'm sitting right now, his remarks stating that it was the wrong decision come from the luxury of having more information on hand and more time to evaluate the information that any of the officers who were on the scene during the shooting had. Everyone is taking this quote out of context to mean that he's saying the officers who rushed in made the wrong decisions based on what they knew at the time. Again, we talked about this in the podcast episode where I interviewed the two officers, and we go into great detail on the timeline as reported by the AP News, which has not changed, by the way. It's still the same. Important notes. Active shooter response training has evolved over the years since Columbine, and it continues to evolve as police conduct after-action reviews of each incident. With that being said, an active shooter is only an active shooter when they are actively shooting or on the move. Once the shooting stops and a suspect is contained, it is protocol to slow everything down and treat the situation as a barricaded gunman, and in this case, a barricaded gunman with hostages. The next step is to bring in, initiate negotiations. Now, I'm going to say something very hard-hitting. All of you people out there that are perpetrating this mother that is going on the press talking about how brave she was to go in and get her kids, I'm not refuting that, but this is ignorance. You are thinking with your emotions and you are not thinking tactically or logically. We cannot have parents in a potential active shooter situation or barricaded shooter situation running around the scene trying to find their children, causing panic and chaos because we don't know what's going on. You have to isolate the scene and then go from there. So every single one of these keyboard warriors, to include every single blue check on Instagram, Twitter, all of them saying, well, they were pepper sprayed. Yes, they were. And they were right in so doing, because honestly, those parents didn't know what was going on. They were going to run in there and potentially those parents could get shot because those cops don't know. So every single person out there that's thinking with emotion, I am tired of it. I am getting so sick and fucking tired of seeing this on social media all over the place. Oh, she was a brave mother. She could have gotten more people killed. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand going in there after your child when you feel the perception is the police aren't doing anything. But that only goes to prove that controlled chaos at the scene means you don't know what the fuck is going on. Almost everybody. And this is what's pissing me off. Tulsi Gabbard especially. And I like Tulsi, but she's going off the deep end on this and it's pissing me off. Everyone is wanting to go out there and demonize these officers. None of you, to include the parents on the ground, knew what was happening at the time, because the officers are not sitting there basically communicating to the people saying, we have got to handle this, let us handle it, and then we will brief you. So everyone's saying those officers stood outside. That was Border Patrol, and that was also the perimeter that was formed for a reason. You isolate the area. You don't let people in, you don't let them out, as far as like any active shooters, and you certainly don't let parents go running in there. So I don't care who this offends. I don't care which one of you keyboard warriors, woulda, coulda, shoulda, YouTube activists, hashtag Twitter fucking morons. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'm slow playing this. Because trust me, as this comes out more and more and more, like we already fucking called it, I'm going to hold these motherfuckers on social media accountable that you crucified these officers without due process. Every single one of you blue check politicians, you influencers, I'm telling you, you better come to Jesus quick. You better come, because if this comes out that these officers did the right thing, and you unjustly crucified him, I'm going to hold you to task. I'm going to tag every single one of you motherfuckers and demand an apology, a public apology from every single one of you. Because the same people that go out there and say the MSM feeds us bullshit, they lie. You ate this up hook, line, and sinker. You swallowed this whole. And none of you, very rarely did I see anybody on social media saying, wait a second, we don't have all the facts. We have what CNN, MSNBC, and Fox and the rest of these morons are telling us. Why? Because social media comes running in, and it's like the Roman mob screaming for justice, screaming for blood. So MSM, to get their clicks, is going to give them what they want. They're going to give them a basic idea of what they think might have happened based upon witness testimonies. Well, guess what? The witnesses didn't know what the fuck was going on either. Only the officers on the scene. So number one, the myth has been dispelled. Two myths have been dispelled. The Border Patrol officer did not act alone, and he certainly didn't fucking go in alone. Because if you sit there and you look at a steel-on-steel door frame, that's fucking impossible. So Robert O'Neill, Navy SEAL, you can't mule kick a steel-on-steel door. Doesn't work that way. Go back to SEAL school and learn that. Secondly, the officers did not stand around for 40 minutes doing nothing. That's a lie. The shots fired prove that. The shots fired prove that. And come to find out, they had to go look for the principal who was hiding, and justly so, to find the key to the door because they couldn't breach it. So every single one of these motherfuckers shoulda, woulda, coulda. Why didn't they have the materials? Because these beat cops, this is something people need to understand, beat cops are not trained on this. Beat cops are trained for patrol, things such as that. Not active shooters, and most certainly not barricaded suspects. That's not what they're trained for. That's SWAT. That's special operations and tactics and things such as that. And why aren't they trained? Funding. A lot of that comes down to funding, and that's not their job. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but that's the way it works. That's the way it goes. So I'm not sure what people are wanting at this point. Everyone wants to be angry, and I understand that. I get it. I get the point is they want to blame somebody. I fully understand that, but blame the right people. Or if anything, how about you blame the fucking shooter?
Yeah.
Blame the shooter.
First and foremost, that guy's the one who went in there and killed people.
Had to get that out of the way. More and more is coming out. Press isn't going to touch it. The press won't touch it. They will not go near this. They've already murdered these people's reputations. They've already murdered the Uvalde Police Department's reputations, and they will not expunge this. They will not do it. They refuse to. I promise you they won't. Just watch. Just watch what. Mark my words. Mark my words. They won't go near this. I need to get that out of the way. And it's funny because I've been posting little bits on my Instagram stories and some small posts on Instagram, just kind of just waiting and see. And now people are starting to say, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe there's some truth to this. The press got it wrong. It's like, oh, you don't fucking say.
They get it wrong just about
all the fucking time. Yeah. What makes this any different? If you trust the MSM after this, I mean, you're an idiot. You really are. If you genuinely think the press is going to get shit like this right and not put a political spin, don't you find it weird that right before midterms this happens and then they really start trying to exacerbate the situation and go after gun confiscation as a means of a political narrative to try and energize the leftist voter base? This is what they do. This is what they do. Let no good crisis go to waste. Am I right? Am I right, Democrats? Absolutely. And now they're talking about the January 6th videos they're going to release prior to midterms. Oh, how convenient. How good of you to focus on that stupid little freaking insurrection, whatever the fuck you idiots want to call it. Meanwhile, we've got inflation. We've got all this shit going on in this country. And you're focused on making a January 6th documentary to show the people. This is real, by the way. You can look this up. This is a real thing. And it's funny. It's hilarious to me. They are trying to get the public to hyper focus on the January 6th videos to try and secure more Democrat votes. That's all they're trying to do. Hey, don't go to the Republicans. They're for the overthrow of the government. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of like, well, I get it. It makes perfect sense. You guys are fucking worthless. Yeah. We need a clean slate. Like seriously, left, right, you guys are all garbage. You really are. Because now we're in this left v right fight and there is no progress being made for the American people. That's all this is. We are in a stalemate, a fight. Like the national divorce that's been passed around, I'm all for it. I don't want to share a country with you. I hate liberals. I detest, or I should say leftists, excuse me. I detest you. With that being said, this is why I'm streaming this just on the one YouTube page. This freak, this nut job, Charlotte Clymer, a trans lesbian. So a straight dude that's chopped his dick off, I guess. I don't know. Right now, they are trying to argue Why is it inappropriate for a child to attend a drag show? And he tweets, and I will not say she, that is not a she, that is a he. I do not care if that offends you. I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. We need to stop playing it. We need to stop being nice to these people. Stop freaking trying to pander to them. All we've done is exacerbate the cultural war situation. I made a mistake on that. I know Shapiro did too. He probably still is doing it, but now we've gone to the part where it went from marriage and equality for all to now we want to fuck your kids. This is true. This is real. This is real, ladies and gentlemen. Do not for a second think that it's not. It is. Charlotte Climber responds to a question or a thing. It says, for one, completely inappropriate. They're called children for a reason. This is in response to Peter Segal, a Blue Fair verified check mark on Twitter, says, Sorab, since you're here, he's talking to another Twitter user, can you answer so-and-so's question? That is, what is it about drag artists and kids that you and fellow conservatives find so threatening, if that's the right word? I am to the point where I wish violence on these people. You are disgusting. Morally abhorrent reprobates is what you are. And this came at the hands of the LGBT. This came with the emergence of the LGBT pushing in with the T primarily. Once we started seeing T become more mainstream, now you're starting to see the groomers really come out. Sarah Elliott responds, says, for one, completely inappropriate. They're called children for a reason. And here's where this whack job, Charlotte Climber, says, you didn't answer the question. What exactly, be specific, is inappropriate at drag shows for children? The fact that you cannot answer that shows that, oh my God.
Let kids be kids.
These people are disgusting.
Yeah, they're
disgusting.
It's terrible.
How do you not know why you should not bring a child to a drag show? You cannot tell me the first thing they hit you back with, well, it's not sexualized. Like, fuck, it's not. It's men pretending to be women. And might I add, not very effective or not very believable either.
I mean, really, isn't that the whole pride movement?
Exactly. It's all based on sexuality.
It revolves around sexuality.
Well, now gender as well, because they have the rest of the whack job initials there.
To me, I still lump it in with sexuality. I mean,
100% is.
Once you start to go below the belt, then
it 100% is. It's based on a man wanting to act like a woman.
Yeah, it's
and
not
in these
biology.
drag shows, there is no denying. With the footage that we're seeing from accounts like Libs of TikTok and shit like that, the one that just happened in Dallas and all this stuff, you cannot deny the inappropriate behavior of, number one, the parents that bring. Where's CPS? Where's CPS on this?
No kidding.
How are you not getting? Why the fuck is taxpayer money going to fund you when you're sitting with your thumb up your ass watching this shit unfold and you do and say nothing? That is disgusting. It's disgusting. Number two, the first one being like where the parents being, those dancers, those drag queens, you should be arrested. And being that they're not, I hope something violent does happen to them. You should be living in fear of your life when you come after children. It's not the fact that you're gay or bi or whatever. It's the fact that you're going after children. Yeah. You should have the ever-loving fuck beat out of you. Disgusting, immoral reprobates. Hellbound demon fucking scumbags. Just perverted, disgusting whack jobs. And you watch the videos that are being posted on social media of these just... You can clearly see in the head, in their face, everything. They are not there. They are insane. These are demon-possessed, insane fools. And they're using their sexuality as a billy club to try and beat anyone down that stands up and says, this is wrong. Yeah. Oh, so you're a bigot? If it comes down to me choosing children over you, you're done. Yeah. You are done. Call me bigot all you want. Face the wall. Disgusting reprobates. And this Charlotte Climber, who's a trans just whack job, you didn't answer the question. What exactly, be specific, is inappropriate at drag shows? And then he continues on in the comments saying, well, why is it okay for parents to bring their children to a football game and NFL cheerleaders doing this? Are you really trying to compare the two? You're really trying, because the women, the cheerleaders are gyrating inappropriately. Fair enough. But that doesn't justify drag shows with children. All you're trying to do is do a one-for-one comparison to justify the disgusting behavior of these LGBT whack jobs. That's all you're trying to do. Both can be equally as wrong. But if we actually really have to compare the two, would you rather take your child to an NFL game where there's some cheerleaders there with some shorts and their midriff showing, or a man dressed up in a provocative way and children putting money in his panties? Are you serious with this? You have some grounds on the NFL part, but fuck me running. Are you serious? Are you serious? And then they continue to press this idiot in the comments, saying, well, what about those sticking dollar bills? Well, what about the cheerleaders? No. There is no whataboutism.
Yeah.
You stand on this fucking ship and you go down with it, whack job. You go down with it, you mentally deranged fucking idiots. Disgusting individuals that are defending men and women, grown-ass men and women sexualizing children? Ugh. Violence is the answer sometimes. It is. That's not me condoning it. That's not me calling for it, because I'll get put on a list. But these people are disgusting. I cannot fathom this. I can't believe we live in a country now where we have our children being targeted by the LGBT, targeted by these people.
I'm telling you, dude, it came back in the San Francisco gay choir when they said, we're coming for your sons. I'm telling you, they've been telling us that this is their end goal from the very beginning.
Yep.
Nothing has been hid. It was just, I feel like everybody stood back and just been like, that's not going to happen.
And here we are. You're right.
Here they are.
You're right.
Selling tickets to children's drag show, having them come in, read books to children. How about just wear normal clothes if you want to talk to. I don't even know that I want to watch a kid.
I don't want them around my kid. Hell no.
The whole thing is just ridiculous.
Oh, it 100% is.
And disgusting.
It is. It really is. Like, I'm sorry. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we are the majority here.
Yeah.
Do not be afraid of these people. Push back on social media, speak your mind in accordance with terms of services, because we'll get banned. You know, these whack jobs won't, because they're trans, and God forbid you touch trans people. They freak the fuck out. They attack minorities on stage. They protest because they're just so woke and powerful. No, they're not. They're mentally weak. 61% suicide rates in this community. Why? Because there's a psychological disorder, and the people that are sitting there enabling this and praising this are the reason these people are dying. No one wants to say, hey, maybe you should go seek help. No. Absolutely not. Just insanity. Insanity to me. Live your life. Do what you want. What you do in your bedroom, who you love, who you have sex, I don't care. But the moment you cross that line and you go after children, now you're my enemy. So, hear it here. Fuck the LGBT as an organization. If you're gay, I don't have beef with you. If you're bi, I have no beef with you. I don't care. I support your right. But if you're a part and you openly advocate for this organization, it's the same as the BLM. I don't hate black people, but those that support the BLM, fuck you and that organization. And fuck the LGBT community organizations. These people are unhinged. And the fact that I don't see, have you seen any condemnation from any LGBT people out there, like as a whole, as a group or a chapter?
There has to be some.
I see individuals in my comments, like gay people, that I don't advocate for this. And I appreciate that. That's what we need more of. You got to combat this with people saying, I'm a part of the LGBT, but I'm out. This is disgusting. I did not want it to come to this. I believe in fair and equal rights. This shit's horrible.
Yeah, I don't even know that. But it should fall collectively on everybody to be like, this is wrong. It shouldn't. I don't know that it's the responsibility of every gay person to step up and say this is wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm not saying it's their response, but I'm saying that's kind of like, I don't hate the individuals, but I do hate the individuals that condone this, and I hate the organization as a whole, because the organization is not
like, this behavior is
not acceptable.
It's not acceptable. So I mean, if
this is what liberals want, though. Like progressives, this is you. This is not conservatives. These are progressives. Do not get it twisted. Do not. Even this guy admits it. This Peter Segal says, what is it about drag artists and kids that you and fellow conservatives? Oh, thank God I'm on that side. Thank you, Jesus, that I am not on the side of insanity and grooming and murdering of the unborn. You people are hellbound, and it cannot come soon enough, because honestly, I find you just horrible, disgusting individuals.
I mean, why aren't children allowed to go to R-rated movies? You know, as
with parental consent, which also I remember growing up, my parents would not let me watch that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was cartoons, old black and white videos, because there was no sexual innuendos. It was letting me be a child. Yeah. Now, of course, when you come to the age of the consent, you start getting older, especially in school, you start learning about this stuff. But for fuck's sakes, this transgenderism movement, it's just a hip new fad everybody wants to be a part of. This didn't exist back in the day.
Is it a hip new fad?
I think so.
Is it hip? I don't even know that I would give it.
In their culture, it is, yeah. In the LGBT world. And here's the other thing. I've talked to members of the LGBT. I've talked to a lot of my friends are gay. A lot of people think that I don't have gay. I do. But it's funny because a lot of them behind closed doors, like, hey, by the way, we don't like trans. Like, we don't like their community. They're poisoning the well. And so it's like, we never wanted them to be a part of it. But unfortunately, as a whole, we have to be inclusive. It's like, no, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. Who says you have to? What rule in our society says you have to be inclusive? Yeah. Fuck them. Yeah. These groomers, absolutely not. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I mean...
Now I'm talking about the trans that are advocating for child grooming. Well, I know there are transgenders. I've had conversations with some trans members. I had no beef with them. Say, hey, I don't agree with your lifestyle, but I'm certainly not going to force mine on you, especially with religion. But again, the point needs to be proven because I know they're going to take this clip out of context. I don't really don't fucking care because that's what they do. But any member of the LGBT, to include straight motherfuckers that condone and advocate for grooming children, fuck you.
Yeah, there's a big neon sign here at this Dallas.
It's not going to lick itself.
It's not going to lick itself.
And you're telling me that this is not sexualized? This Charlotte climber, this whack job, you're telling me that this is not sexualized? And you see these people performing provocative moves, these men doing splits with their ass crack hanging out, their genitalia pretty much being exposed to the point where you can see the imprint of it on their like panties and shit like that. The split coming right up the side of their hip with their whole leg hanging out. If a woman was doing that at a school, you would be losing your fucking mind. But if a man does it because he's gay or trans, oh, it's untouchable. Fuck no. That's the very premise of gay and trans privilege. The very premise. Isn't it so funny how these same people that come out here and talk about white privilege, now if you're a minority and you're gay or trans, you're untouchable. Well, I got news for you. This straight heterosexual white male doesn't give a fuck. I think you're all disgusting equally when you try and stand for this. It's horrible. It's horrible. But this is what they want. This is what they want. Fair enough. Let's have this war. Let's have this war. These people should be purged from our society. These are pedophiles. Pedophiles. Houston Library comes out and admits one of the drag actors that read to their children was a child sex offender. Every person on that library staff that blessed off on that should be fired. You let a sex offender in there and read to children in drag? This is the fall of America. Mark my words. We have fallen into immorality, to degradation. This is where we're at now. And the biggest push of this was from the LGBT. You can say I'm wrong all you want. I really don't care. We're watching it unfold right in front of us, and this is disgusting. Never in my life. Like, I'm one of those people, you know me. When it comes to conspiracy theories, like, I don't know if I believe that, man. I need to see a lot of proof. I'm seeing the proof. Mm-hmm. When Libs of TikTok is posting these videos, when all these other accounts are posting these videos nationwide or worldwide of the LGBT specifically, pushing for these drag shows and shit like that and showing children. There are videos of children that we showed on the one episode. There's videos of children dancing on stage, getting money from adults. Beat their fucking heads in. Disgusting. You giving a child money, what is that representative of? What is that representative of? Please, Charlotte Clymer, you fucking whack job. It's not sexual. Really? Then you explain to me. I mean, if you want to make the NFL cheerleader comparison, do you see people in the stands giving the NFL cheerleaders money? Oh, but when they do it for kids, what's that representation of? A stripper taking off their clothes. When adults are doing that to children, it's disgusting. You've got no ground. All you're trying to do is push your kid fucking needs on the people under the guise of being, open and accepting. You disgusting perverts should be rounded up and put in fucking camps. I do not say this lightly. You people deserve death. You do. Pedophiles should no longer be released from prison. You put them in prison for fucking life. Stop being so soft on these whack jobs. Stop being so easy on crime. It's liberals. 9 times out of 10, it's fucking liberals that go so easy on crime that this shit manifests itself. When in the history of our lives did you ever think you would see somebody on social media openly and actively calling and advocating for child grooming? Mm-hmm. When? Because they're no longer afraid. They're no longer afraid of the bullying and the harassment that should ensue as a result of this. This is disgusting. It's disgusting. There is a clear difference between 2 consenting adults and what they do. I don't care. That is your right. I support it. But as I've said many times, when you cross the line and you start pushing for the grooming and sexual exploitation of children, you're an enemy. And I wish you death. I've got nothing for you. Maybe that's what America needs now is some fucking balls again. Stop being so soft and weak on these disgusting pedophiles. Have you noticed that? Our leadership doesn't have balls anymore. Criminals are not afraid anymore because we've gone so soft on crime. Disturbed, just mentally. And of course, you know, this whack job. Let's pull up his profile. Writer, lesbian, Texan, veteran, oh yeah, she, rep, and of course followed by the likes of Alyssa Milano.
What?
Oh, God. 386,000 followers that follow this whack job. Oh, and you just look at his face and you can just tell, just disgusting.
I'm going to have to call some fake accounts on there that's following him, right?
Oh, it has to be.
Has to be. He's got the Ukraine flag up there. What else has he got?
Listen to this. Charlotte Clymer says, this is another disgusting groomer. These people are groomers. Good afternoon. If your definition of parents' rights means preventing other parents from accessing books or performances they deem appropriate, you might just be an authoritarian. Well, then an authoritarian be I, because you should not have the right to expose your child to pornographic materials or people dancing in drag and giving them money. You're a shit parent. You don't deserve those children. These fucking idiot, disgusting people. Oh, of course. Look at this. Faculty, AUSPA, and Director PCD AU. Facts are facts. Opinions are mine. Book number 1, How to College. Ask me about the next book. Pronouns, she, her. I'm telling you. Anyone with pronouns in their bios, mentally unhinged.
Yeah.
You look at these whack jobs, you take one look. Oh, my God. One look at these people. You might be an authoritarian. Nice use of a buzzword to try and elicit emotional response when, in fact, you literally just said this. You literally just said this. Books or performances they deem appropriate. Why don't you be more specific there? Be more, like, I want you to be specific. Don't generalize, because of course people are going to agree with you. Be more specific, you coward. Be more specific. What are you talking about? Give me instances, please. I fucking dare you. I challenge you. Give me instances that you're talking about. Stop generalizing to try and, because this is what liberals do. Well, let's generalize, and that way the masses will eat this. No. Give me a specific scenario that you're referring to, please, that you're basing this off of. I really want to know. I want to hear you say it so the public can identify you for the pedophile groomer that you are. Don't be scared. Come forward with it. Come forward. Say it. And then whatever violence befalls you, you brought it on yourself. Fucking disgusting people.
Yeah, these guys are psychopaths.
These are. I don't want to share a country, much less a town or a city or a state with these freaks. I want them gone.
You're debating whether or not children should be watching
porn or
sexually explicit material. If you're like, well, they can't do it in school, but they can do it in 100% on their own. That's still
disgusting.
It's
not right.
It doesn't change it. Well, obviously, most parents probably don't want their children seeing this kind of stuff, but and it's even more disturbing that they're taking them to a bar to watch trans people walk around, and then with a big sign that says it's not going to lick itself. And they're like, but what's wrong?
Yeah. Why are you guys so upset? We're just trying to have sex with your kids.
We're just trying to have sex with kids and groom them. Hopefully, maybe one day they'll be perverts like us. We'll see.
Just disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Not the hill to die on, I don't think.
You got to love this one too. This Charlotte Clymer responds to see paragraph 2357 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. I love how basically this Charlotte whack job says, sweetie, if we're going to talk about the danger of children being sexually exploited by adults who dress up in elaborate costumes and perform in front of a crowd, you may want to avoid citing the Catholic Church as a moral authority. Fair enough, but that doesn't give you a free pass. I mean, you're just trying to say, well, Catholics probably shouldn't be saying. I'm sitting here saying you're both full of shit. These people are just disgusting. This is what happens to the trans community. That's ever since they included the T, this is what's been happening. This started with social media. What a just fucking disgusting. I can't even stand looking at him. I just want to hit him. Ugh. Sitting there like openly advocating for this.
It's crazy.
And now you have teachers pushing this pride shit in schools. Oh, well, if it's not about sexuality, what does it stand for then? What do the initials fucking mean, you whack jobs? LGBT. Say it with me. Lesbian. Come on. Gay. Bi. Are those indicative of what? You said it. Sexuality. What business do you have teaching children this? These teachers are disgusting. These are progressives. These are leftists. These people are ruining our country. And I'm not trying to sit here and pull like a Rush Limbaugh, like they're destroying, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, they are unwinding the moral fabric of this country. They're trying to destroy the nuclear family. And now, as we see, the LGBT is making far more enemies now. How do I know this? Look at this. Now, I am no fan of Joel Osteen. I've said it time and time again. Joel Osteen is like a broth preacher. He gives you the bare, but he never covers doctrine. He will never go into the book of Corinthians that Paul wrote. He will never go over conduct, order, and doctrine, preaching the gospel, which when you actually look at it, it's going to offend a lot of you because at heart, people don't like hearing the truth if they actually believe the Bible. But Joel Osteen is holding a sermon. Again, I do not support Joel Osteen. I'm not a fan of his. But this right here is the exact reason why the LGBT and feminism in general is making so many enemies. He's out there doing a sermon, okay? And in the middle of the sermon, these two just chunky, ugly women that are unfuckable stand up after a prayer when there's a moment of silence, and they start literally stripping their clothes off down to their underwear and start shouting, "My body, my fucking choice." No wonder people hate you in your movement. How disrespectful you are to go into a church of God and then push your bullshit.
These are the same people who get outraged that protesters show up to a drag show are the same people that show up to an abortion clinic.
Yep.
But they're going to go into a church, strip down naked, and make fools of themselves.
Drag them out by their fucking hair.
Oh, my God. I would...
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. And I'll even take a step further, and I've said this before, these child beauty pageants should go away too.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my kid in a pageant.
Why are parents encouraged to do this?
Yeah.
You are literally teaching your children that looks are what we base self-worth on, and we compete with other people. Are you fucking kidding me? I can agree with those talking points, but that doesn't justify you trying to groom children. I can agree with that. My body, my fucking choice in the middle of a sermon. No wonder people hate you. You should have been aborted. Maybe we should just let liberals just abort each other, and then eventually over time the problem solves itself.
I mean, at the very least, probably spanked a few times growing up, right?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they were actually raised like, with good parents. Oh God, these woke people.
Even if you don't grow up with good parents, at some point you have to come to the realization that, okay, I can't blame everything on my past about who I am now.
Yeah.
And then take responsibility for your own actions.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I think most people know what's right. Most people know what's wrong.
I don't think so anymore. I really don't think so anymore, because if you think about it, the way we grew up, we were taught right versus wrong. But what about when you don't have parental figures in your life to give you a moral foundation of the concept of right versus wrong, good versus evil? This is what happened. Again, pretty much it's the everyone gets a trophy generation has grown up, and now they're running the show.
Yeah,
or they're trying to, I guess.
So you grew up with a single mother,
yeah,
right? Mm-hmm. Same here. For the most part, I grew up with a single mom. But still, I knew that, breaking into somebody's house is not the right thing to do, or selling drugs is probably not the right thing to do.
But even that single mother still had some type of moral background.
Yeah.
Now we have people that grew up without it completely, raising their own children.
Yeah.
This will be the fall of America. If we look back at Rome, what was the undoing of Rome? Moral degradation, political corruption before the barbarians came in and just sacked them like 2 or 3 times. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, America is getting weak. America is weak. The military is compromised. We have woke generals, woke leaders, woke politicians. And now I think Burger King, a CNN report said Burger King is now doing a 2-bun burger in celebration of Pride Month. Like the buns are the same on the top and the bottom. It's a top or a bun. Like, you people are so fucking unhinged. Hey, keep going. And it's like, if conservatives want to boycott, I'm all for it at this point. It's like, I'm fucking tired of liberals. I'm tired of progressives. I'm so sick of leftists. You whack jobs are just so far off the reservation of common fucking sense that you are literally trying to force your shit on other people, and we're fucking tired of it. I don't give a shit whose ass you stick your dick up, but I don't care. Yeah. It's none of my business. But fuck me running. I am so sick and tired of your gay shit. I really am. Nobody fucking cares about your sexuality. Guess what? The revolution is over. You got what you need. Shut the fuck up. It's the same with the BLM and these fucking black whiny liberals and white liberals. Oh, oppressed. You're not oppressed. Yeah. You're just not getting your way, and you're not getting essentially treated better than what other people are.
You gotta be treated like a special boy.
Apparently.
You gotta be patted on the head. And
it's not about equality. It's about privilege. That's what they truly want. That's what's at the core of all of this. You want privilege. That's what you want.
It's crazy. Everybody needs to.
If you're listening, does this piss you off? Does it offend you? Good, because it should. It should. Now the cool thing is, now Texas is talking about passing laws that will not allow children in drag shows. About fucking time. I'm glad they're doing something about it.
Shouldn't be allowed in bars.
Shouldn't be. Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I mean, you're
just nuts.
I don't know that you're going to stop everything, but I mean, there should be some laws in place that
100%
forbid kids to go into. I mean,
100%. Yeah.
Like
you would think.
Yeah.
These parents are disgusting.
Yeah.
It's a lack of parenting is what it is.
It's a lack of parenting.
Now let's talk about how the LGBT is making more enemies. New York Times accuses raised Christian players of condemning gay culture by rejecting Pride Night patches. Oh, really? So now free speech is no longer free speech. Now it's hate speech if they don't agree with your life choices. Yeah. Uh-oh. This is why the LGBT is making a lot of enemies, and justifiably so. You fucking idiots. You keep pressing on this. I'm telling you, you are the minority on this. You are the minority. You better remember that. You had better remember that. When you start accusing Christians of all this shit and you're not respecting their right to free speech, their freedom of religion, and you want to take it to that point, then let's have a fucking war. You are no different. You are no different than the theocrats in the Middle East. And Christians that do the same thing to the opposing side are no different. Church and state should be separate. This shit right here has gone way beyond the realms of common sense. I had a friend ask me if I wanted to go to a gay pride parade. I was like, no, thank you. He's like, what, are you against them? He's like, no, I just don't care. It's none of my business. Well, do you hate them? No, but if you keep pushing me, I'm going to. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I would have just simply answered, yeah, I don't care for it because it's so sexualized.
Yeah, 100%.
It's disgusting.
It is.
Yeah, and when I went, there's like several gay men commented on like what my penis would look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Wasn't
but they're gay, so it's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
No,
I went once and that was it. I'm like, okay,
because they were basically demonized for a very long time. I get that. And then you're pushing for equality, you're pushing for freedom, but now you've taken it way too far. Tell me, what does sexualizing each other in public and disgusting, immoral, because I just watched go on Twitter, go follow me at Sergeant Savage on Twitter. I'm retweeting a lot of these videos you can see. There's one of a pride parade where this guy dressed in drag is walking up to this crowd of people, and it's like some fake dummy legs coming out the front. It's like a skirt with some fake dummy legs, and then he pulls it to the side, now pops this massive fake dick, and it starts splooging all over everybody. Tell me what that has to do with homosexuality, except that's what you're making it, that's what you're defining it as. Perversion. Yeah. Okay, then you're perverts. Let's go with that. What in God's name possesses you to wear a skirt and then pull out a fake dick and then pretend to jerk it off and it actually shoots shit out of it? I mean, kind of creative. I'll give them that. But even still, it's like you talk about like gay respecting the LGBT. Fuck the LGBT. This isn't something I stand for. Like you literally pulled out a fake dick or even fake tits, like the LGBT pride parade in Italy, where it's the Virgin Mary. And I'm not even Catholic. I don't care. But still, no wonder people hate your cause. No wonder people hate you. It's not because of your sexuality. It's the fact that you're so disrespectful with your sexuality. That's the difference there. But the LGBT will never acknowledge that because it means they have to admit fault. They have to admit that they were wrong. Never going to happen. They're going to double down. New York Times columnist Tyler Kepner accused the Tampa Bay Rays of allowing a few players to undermine the team's support for the gay community by allowing them to opt out of work. Why do you need people's support? I don't know. If you're so empowered, why are you begging for support on your knees like a couple of fucking sluts? Yeah. Tell me that. Explain that to me. If you are so empowered, oh, I'm gay, I'm pride, I'm a fucking lesbian, I don't need no man. And explain to me, why is it the majority of the lesbians, the LGBT, are unfuckable? You are ugly. You're fat. You're overweight. You're hideous to look at. You have these weird spiky haircuts, enough metal in your face to fucking put you next to a magnet and rip the front of your face off. Like, what is it? Why can't you have some hot lesbians out there outside of Pornhub? And they're not real lesbians. They're just doing it because they're getting paid. But the majority of you are so fat and unattractive that you have no other resort but to be a lesbian because your partner, you usually looks virtually the same as you. It's two fat, ugly people trying to scissor, and no dude with an actual dick that works and a good sound mind is like, I'm not sticking my dick in that. It's nasty. That felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good. It's true, though. You go look at these pride parades. You go look at them. These women are not attractive.
They're going to make these guys wear these gay flags.
Exactly.
Bill, if you don't suck that dick, you're off the team.
Hey, that's all it is. Bob, you better bend over and take it, man. You got to support the gay community by letting us fuck you is what it is.
If you really stand behind the LGBT, you're going to spread them butt cheeks.
You're going to stand in front of the LGBT. That's going to make me nervous. I'll stand behind you while I watch the rest of you fucking run each other off a cliff with your insanity is what's happening. The team support for the gay community. Oh, we're so empowered. We're so, just support us. Support us. I'm not supporting shit. I don't give a fuck about any of you, just like you don't give a fuck about me.
I know. Hey.
Everybody's got to have support. We got to have support. Pride, pride, pride. And still, I love this. You know who hasn't changed their profile pictures? Us.
Yeah.
Other companies in the Middle East. Why aren't these feminists and the LGBT going after these Middle Eastern Oh, probably because they resort to violence to shut you down and you're not actually as empowered as you think you are. Go over there and fight. Come on. Let's go, Xavier. Grab your little fake dick and go to the Middle East and let's stand for gay rights. See what happens to you. Because you're so oppressed in America, right? Whack jobs.
Whack jobs.
Whack jobs. Kepner worried that something was missing when Rays pitchers Brooks Raley and Jalen Beeks hit the field without the team's gay pride parade patch on their uniforms. You know he was looking for that.
Yeah.
You know this columnist was looking for this. Like, who can I say does not support the dick-sucking group and lesbians that eat the snatch? You're not wearing your pride colors. Why is this? Is it because you're against the Third Reich? I mean the LGBT? Hell, mein Kampf. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Something was missing.
Something was missing.
Rayleigh Beeks and a few other teammates chose to wear caps and jerseys without the rainbow accents, Kepner explained. The columnist went on to relay the players' decisions to refuse the pride patches based on their faith and quoted Jason Adam as saying that he at least loves people who support the gay lifestyle, but that he simply doesn't want any part in encouraging that lifestyle. That's fair. Where is that not fair? And this is, dude, I've called this for years. Let me just turn my back so I can just pat the fuck out of it, because I said time and time again, it started out with equality and acceptance, and then it evolved into celebration. And if you don't celebrate, they demonize you and they call you a bigot. I will tell you right now, and I have no qualms about this, I do not agree with homosexuality. But I will also say, according to biblical scripture, we love everybody. We don't turn our back. I am not your judge, jury, and God. I will open my door and fellowship and love and hug and do all this stuff with anybody in the gay community. I don't care. But if you ask me my morality or my thoughts on, I will tell you openly, but it doesn't mean I hate you. Right. But that's what the LGBT does. If you don't agree and if you don't celebrate, then automatically you must hate them. That's not the truth. No. But you keep this up and they sure as fuck will, and justifiably so.
You might get a slap from my ring hand.
Then who's the real authoritarians? Right now it's you. Fuck you and that rainbow flag.
It was ours first anyway.
It was?
The rainbow flag? It was God's promise.
Oh, the rainbow was, not the flag.
Well, I mean...
Okay, fair enough.
Where did they get the rainbow from?
I don't know.
The Bible.
Loves and poor gay. Okay. Kepner approved of the Rays' effort to support the LGBTQ agenda and to prioritize clubhouse harmony, but he noted that the players undermined the harmony. Oh, so not thinking in groupthink undermines the group authority or harmony. What? Oh, so if you're not just another little gay sheep, Carl, I love the way you wiggle that little tail. If you don't agree with the groupthink, then you must be against the group. Or maybe it's because I have my own beliefs. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to be a part of this. This is gay tyranny by the majority is all this is. Fuck this New York Times writer. You fucking idiot. All you're trying to do is cause more divisiveness. That's all you're trying to do. It doesn't take a genius to understand, hey, if they don't want to support it, you know, aren't you the same ones that sit there and say, hey, if you offer somebody an alcoholic drink and they deny it, you don't ask why. That's disrespectful. They might be going through something. How dare you? Well, then if they don't support your movement, why the fuck are you pressing on them? Don't they have their own individual rights and a belief, a right to an opinion? Of course they do.
Why does everything have to be explained to you?
because these people are so stupid they just don't get it. These people, but these authors, these journalists, and I use that term very loosely, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Yet by allowing the players to opt out of the promotion and to use the platform, can you imagine like a team saying, dude, oh my God, I cannot imagine being a part of any organization that says you have to wear this rainbow flag. Go fuck yourself. No, the fuck I don't. No, show me where in my contract does it say I have to do that. Hell no. That's a violation of the first. Forcing someone that has a religious conviction to go against that for the sake of promoting club harmony, fuck you and that club. Leave. Take them to court. 100%.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Kepner quoted an author who blasted religious people for exercising their freedom of religion. When people use their interpretation of religion to justify discrimination... Another question for you real quick. Why... Here we go. Let's just... I'm going to say the shit that nobody wants to say because they're afraid to. Why aren't you this way towards the Muslim community? Uh-oh. I'm playing by your rules, fruitcakes. What are we talking about here? What is it now? Whack jobs? Come on. What is it? Which one is it? And I don't mean fruitcakes in like the gay way. I'm just talking about like nut jobs. Which one is it? Why don't you touch Muslims? They're not pro-LGBT. They'll throw you off of a fucking roof. Why aren't you going after them? Oh, that's right. Because you don't want to be labeled a, what is it? Islamophobic?
Something like that.
But they can toss homosexuals off of roofs in the Middle East, bury them neck deep, and then stone and cave their fucking heads in. You're not going to say a word. But if a white Christian man says something, oh my God. Oh my God. How dare you? But you won't go near Muslims. You will not go near them because you know fucking why. Mm-hmm. You fucking hypocrite. You're not even about equality. You're not about fairness. You're not about any of that. So legitimately, the only targets you have are straight white religious people. That's all you've got. That's all you've got. Why is it all the minorities being celebrated, which predominantly the black communities? Where are the Asians? Where are the Jews? Where's the rest of these communities? Where's the Latinos? The Spanish? Where is it? Why are we not seeing anything more? It's all black. It's all black. Weird. We're not touching that, right? No, we won't go near that. Those that scream and cry the loudest get the most attention. It's fucking nuts. I would love to see a Muslim player on that team say, I'm not wearing that. LGBT ain't gonna say shit.
I know.
Ain't gonna say shit.
So really, that's all you have to do is just be like, well, I'm Muslim. They'll be like,
oh, well, no, we respect that.
Okay. We were talking to Christians.
Yeah. And let me clarify, I don't mean fruitcake in the negative derogatory term towards homosexuals. I don't do that. I don't call them the F word either. I think that's a little disrespectful. Fruitcake's in the manner of like just out of your mind. Let me clarify that because somebody's going to take that and fucking, run with that. But there, I've clarified it. Now somebody tries to make that shit go viral. Feel free. Fucking idiots. All of this can be exhausting for fans who would rather take their sports without politics. And I've called this before. It's getting to a point where people are getting sick of this. They don't want politics in their day-to-day interactions. It's gotten to the point where it's just too much. Yeah. It's in every aspect of our lives. And these companies that are going woke, you are going broke. You are losing. You are losing money. Netflix is caved.
Yeah.
They caved. They said, if you don't like it here, go elsewhere. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
People aren't watching sports to get their politics. All right. Nobody wants to get their information or advice from some 22, 23-year-old, 20, someone in their 20s that really hasn't lived life.
Please, TikTok influencer that's 18 or 19, lecture me more on what you think you know about the world. Please, I am all ears.
Yeah,
just what?
People watch sports to get away from that stuff.
100%.
I mean, I used to love watching basketball. And then all of a sudden, it got super political, and everybody had an opinion on what was going on.
LeBron James wants to come out and run his fucking mouth and yada, yada, yada.
All right, well,
and again, I do want to clarify, I don't hate gay people. It's the organizations that are ruining this. It's the mainstream narrative that is perpetuated by these members of these communities that are saying nothing about the exploitation and grooming of children. So naturally, you as an organization are going to be hated, and justifiably so. Justifiably so. It doesn't mean I hate gay people. In fact, I don't. Like, I really don't. But that's where they're going to try and conflate the two. Oh, so you hate gay people? No, I hate the people in that LGBT community because this is where it's coming from that are trying to normalize pedophilia and grooming children.
Well, there's straight people who are doing it too.
And yeah, absolutely.
So it's not just like gay people who are,
Straight people never had the balls to try and pull this, though. I have never seen straight people to this extent utilizing sexuality as their banner to kind of sneak in fucking grooming. I've never seen that. And if I had seen it, you better believe I'd call it in a heartbeat. It's like, that's fucking wrong. It is fucking wrong. I don't know. Just disgusting. All right. Enough with the gay shit. Poll, 63% of Americans, just kidding, 63% of Americans oppose including gender identity in education department definition of sex. People are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of this. Should probably run an ad. This episode is brought to you by, we got to get better at that. This episode is brought to you by Shell Shock CBD. Right now, for the month of June, we are running a special deal on the Blueberry Halo Gummies. A bag of 20 will cost you $29.99. These are Delta 8. They will fail a drug test. They will get you higher than shit. And trust me, you kind of need it to fucking listen to this show when we're covering shit like this. Makes me want to blow my fucking brains out. But that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, if you're needing some relaxation, you need some CBD, you need something to help cool you off, calm you down, and never fill you up, make it a... you want something to calm you down and never fill you up, make it a ice-cold Shell Shock CBD. We're just going to start ripping off other people's ads and then, like, substituting our own. Shell Shock, have it your way. Shell Shock Halo Gummies. It's everywhere you don't want to be.
Break me up a piece of that Halo Gummy.
That's going to be our thing from now on. Yeah. We'll just do that. What's in your pocket? That's what we're going to do. Again, once again, the Blueberry Halo Gummies going for $29.99 for a bag of 20. Bag of 20. They are great tasting. It is Delta 8, 25 milligrams of Delta 8 per. These will get you higher than pigeon tits. You have my word on that. So once more, that is shellshockcbd.com. If you love the show, you want to help us out in some way, go support us. Check us out at shellshockcbd.com. All right, enough with the gay shit. Yeah. I'm over it.
Honestly, though, the $29.99 for the 20 pack. That's a good deal. It really is a good deal.
That's a damn good deal because a normal 30 pack is $45.
Yeah. These are good.
New York requiring social media companies to report hateful conduct. Oh, authoritarian much?
Jeez, man.
You will not say things we don't like, or you will be put in the who's gun? New York will now require social media companies to report hateful conduct. Governor Kathy Hochul, Democrat, announced on Monday. Isn't it funny how it's always Democrats that want to do this?
Like the worst run states.
Yeah, like your shithole of a state that's just succumbing to fucking more violence and shit like that. This is what you want to do. Okay. I would really love to see them apply this towards the hip hop community.
Yeah, right.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. The degradation of women and, rape culture. Absolutely. Oh, no, we can't say that because they're black. Oh, sorry. My bad, guys. I'll go back to picking on the white Christians. It's okay. Sorry.
Where are the white Christians at?
Hochul on Monday signed gun control bill into law, which include actions such as tightening the red flag laws and raising the age to purchasing a semi-automatic rifle to 21. No 18-year-old can walk in on their birthday and walk out with an AR-15. She said those days are over. Then you should stop. Then also raise the voting age and raise the age for freaking joining the military. Mm-hmm. Be fair across the board. You want it to be 21? Okay, raise it for everything. Raise it for everything, to include being tried as an adult. Because if you're 18, technically by their standards, you're no longer an adult.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's going to go is they're going to raise the age on it.
And it's not going to work. And that's the thing that sucks. It's not going to work because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Once you concede anything to these idiots, it's never enough. It is never. Look at the Las Vegas shooter.
Yeah, you're going to have Republicans who are just going to try to appease the masses and say, okay, this is the lesser of two evils to raise the age to 21, which it isn't going to make a difference. And the only thing that they're really doing is just giving law-abiding citizens more laws to follow. Meanwhile, you have people on the criminals just walking around with
criminals do not obey gun laws.
9mm, Tech 9. I mean,
let's look at Uvalde. The shooter got his hands on a rifle legally. He did it legally. So what could have stopped him? Somebody else with a gun.
Yep. That's it.
But you have Chuck Schumer up there saying, we're not going to let this Republican bill onto the floor because we don't need more guns in schools. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, but we can't have that conversation because all they're going to do is deny it and then say that Republicans aren't trying to do anything to help. Yes, we are. We're saying removing guns is not pragmatic. Putting armed security at those buildings is. You already do it for banks. You already do it for the Capitol. Oh, isn't it kind of funny that you surround the Capitol with a wall and then people armed with AR-15s? Isn't that interesting?
Well, why do they have metal detectors at inner city schools?
Yeah, right. That's weird. Why is that?
I mean...
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You're trying to protect people from bringing in weapons? I mean, that might do the same thing. I mean, most of the schools, inner city schools, have some sort of police presence, right?
Yeah. Oh, they have to.
Yeah. I mean, so why not apply that same
rule
because
to the that means that we actually start combating these shooters and this shit starts to go away, and Democrats don't want that. Democrats love nothing more. These Democrat politicians love bathing in the blood of slain children and people in these active shooters, because you take that blood, you smear it all over your face, and you push for more gun confiscation. And the easy fix to this is you put armed security in those buildings and those shooters will not go there. How do we know this? Because nobody has tried to shoot up the Capitol. Nobody tries shooting up banks. Nobody tries shooting up these areas where there is massive guns there. More guns on the street means more safety. Democrats don't want this. They don't want this. Instead, they will try and use whatever means possible to twist the narrative to fit their political bias to say, we don't want guns in this country. That's not a pragmatic approach. It's not feasible. It's not even possible. And it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I will never give up my guns. Never. Not going to happen. Just won't. So what do? Anytime a school shooting happens, we need to do something. We're trying to, Mr. President, but your fucking crew of cronies won't let that happen. We need more arms. No, we don't need more guns in school. Well, it's because you didn't have any guns in school. Those 19 kids died. Makes sense to me. During the press conference, Hochul announced that the Empire State will require social media companies to report hateful content. What is hateful content? What is that? What classifies hateful? That's subjective.
Children shouldn't be able to watch trans drag shows.
And you're on a list.
And just like that.
Do you Republicans finally start to understand who was the guy that was arrested yesterday, the congressman that basically didn't go before the January 6th committee?
Oh, God, what was his name?
He's a congressman, right?
Yeah, he was on Trump's...
This guy is about to get on a plane.
I'll find him.
They handcuff him and put him in shackles because he would not go testify before the January 6th commission.
Yeah.
FBI arrests him. Are you starting to finally see why these three-letter agencies are just weaponized long arms of a corrupted government and they should be abolished? We don't need them. I've talked to a lot of my cop friends, personal friends, like some people in the FBI. No, your organization is not needed. We do not need you. I don't want you. Fuck the IRS, fuck the FBI, and fuck the ATF. There's probably a lot of good people in these organizations, but the organization as a whole is not needed in this country. We didn't have it for a very long time. We certainly don't need it now. Department of Homeland Security, you've gotten so much shit wrong. So much shit. As migrant caravan marches toward U.S. border, Harris unveils Central American Youth Program. Oh, how wonderful. Harris was tasked with leading the effort to combat root causes by President Biden last year. And where the fuck has she been? This woman is worthless, like tits on a boar. Makes no fucking sense. What would you say you do here? You got to where you're at by fucking men. You put more black people in prison. What do you do? But liberals just turn a blind eye. It's like, well, she believes like I believe, so let's just ignore all the other shit. Really? Kind of like Alyssa Milano with the Biden rape accusations and shit like that. Well, guys, at least it's not Trump. Okay, so then you're really not about what it is that you claim you stand for. It's as long as it fits the narrative somewhat politically, then we can make concessions. We'll be okay. We can let that slide. That's okay.
Yeah, that guy was it was Peter Navarro.
Peter Navarro. Thank you. Fuck the FBI. Because they want to come testify before this bullshit. Liz Cheney ran bullshit January 6th. Like, fuck Liz Cheney. I mean, fuck Mitt Romney. And then, oh my God, like
does this concern anybody? The fact that,
dude, it's scary.
You have a Sussman who gets acquitted. He's got 3 Democratic people on his on the jury. You have this guy getting put in handcuffs and leg irons, and then you have
they put him in leg irons. Like what? Like when was the last time? When was the last time you've seen anyone get put in leg irons? They were making an example out of him.
That's all they do.
That's all they do. Fuck the FBI. I'm pretty sure I'm probably on a watch list right now.
Like where they bust in with AR-15s.
Oh, isn't that funny? And they have fully automatic like MP5
body armor. For journalists.
You gotta love that. This is your America. We should rename the podcast that This Is Your America.
God, man, I'm telling you, it's a good time to be a Democrat. That's for sure, because you can literally get away with any crime.
Oh yeah.
You could lie to the FBI and not have to worry about any kind of repercussion.
No perjury act, no
perjury, anything like that. You could spend 4 years spending American tax dollars on collusion hoax.
Yep.
Set up by the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Well, they even proved it. They proved it, and nothing happens to her.
Nothing.
This is why people don't respect politicians. This is why people don't respect the justice system, and that's why you do have vigilantes. Oh, we need a Batman. We need a Batman, but different. Like, he actually kills people. That'd be great. Hillary Clinton, you're one on the list. You're the first one. She's got to go. She's got to go.
I mean,
oh, please, Republican Batman. No.
Republican Batman.
We're going to call him Republican Batman. I'm not wearing hockey pants.
I'm not going to do it.
These pieces of shit. Pieces of shit. Why is she not in prison? Perjury?
It's a totally different America than everybody else. You had Oregon was under attack for about 4 years.
Still are.
Or they were taking over Capitol buildings. They were rioting. They were burning places down.
Yep.
All that shit. All over the country, really. And then nothing.
Nope.
No investigations.
Nope.
Summer of love.
Summer of insanity.
It's crazy.
It is. But hey, as long as you're a liberal and if you're black or you're gay, your money, brother. Your money. As a massive migrant caravan with approximately 10,000 foreign nationals on its way towards the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris on Tuesday announced a Central American youth program to get young El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, and Hondurans paid community service opportunities on issues like climate action and violence prevention. Climate action? What does that entail? Like, you had me in the first half. I was like, okay, fair enough, finding them jobs. Doing what? Oh, the liberal progressive idea of fucking virtually worthless shit that's not going to pay you very well. So they're not going to stick with that job. Maybe welders, electricians, carpenters, painters, shit like that.
Climate action.
No, climate action. We're going to go out there and protect the fucking sperm whales.
Fuck you, pollution.
New from liberal media. His name is John Hambo, and he's here to protect the oceans.
Hey, yo, I didn't see you pick up that can off the beach.
He is climate activist. No, it's not. It can't be Hambo. It's going to be like something like Pedro Bo or something like that. I don't know. Guatemalan name.
Something.
Harris announced the launch of the Central American Service Corps, a $50 million initiative as part of the Biden administration's efforts to tackle what it believes are the root causes of the crisis. Oh, my fuck me. $50 million invested in this. Oh my God. Just fucking, These people are so inept at their jobs. You throw money at every single problem like that's going to be the fix. There's no accountability, no oversight for this money. It's going into the pockets of the corrupted people over there. Well, how do you know that, John? Why the fuck are they leaving to begin with? These people are insane. Hey, man, it could fix our border issue. Let's give them $50 million.
And open the border up.
Let's open the border up. What?
Make it even wider.
Mexican president's calling for us to have an open border. Mexican president go fuck himself.
Oh, with 2 fists.
And a taco. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and Mexico. Worthless fucking country. Sitting there, our southern border, sucking our fucking tit for everything they can get from us. And these fucking liberals give them everything. Look, if your country is so great, wonderful. Stop mooching off of us.
Yeah.
You don't see Canada doing it. Maybe it's because you got a corrupt fucking government that's worthless and treats its people like shit.
Yeah.
But until the people rise up and start fighting back against the cartel and the government, it ain't going to change. But why is that America's responsibility? That's a Mexico problem.
Yeah.
Just like it's a Ukraine and a Russia problem. Not my problem. I don't want to send American men and women to go die in some godforsaken country that is just rooted and corrupt and rotted with corruption. Fuck that. DHS bulletin warns of heightened threat environment, violent months ahead. Oh, I'm sure. Oh. Because it's the conservatives. Right. Oh, yeah. All you've got is January 6th. And in comparison, that wasn't even that bad.
Could have told you that there was going to be violence coming up to this election. Anybody that's been around for the last 4 years can tell you that there's going to be violence because there's an election coming up and Democrats aren't being favored very well there.
Just reading this, initial thought is DHS... bulletin warns of heightened threat environment, violent months ahead. What's the BLM doing right now? Where are they at? Like, what are they doing?
Buying mansions.
Oh, okay, that's right, yeah. That's right. BLM got mad at a gun store owner that posted a sign on their store. It said, "Congratulations to George Floyd, 2 years sober." It's true. It's like, that's racist. No, he was a piece of shit. Fuck that piece of shit. He shouldn't have died. But that guy had enough fentanyl in the system, which again proves that southern border, I mean, when you connect those dots, oh my God, the liberal narrative just melts.
I mean,
we can talk about that? Like, no, we can't talk about that. That's racist, really? Really? You go on Twitter and you see half the shit that black and white liberals say towards conservatives. Really? How is that racist? That's making fun of somebody's drug problem that got them killed. But your martyr, the guy that you love, St. George Floyd, who's, by the way, his mural was struck by lightning. I mean, come on.
I know.
You remember that? That wasn't that long ago. Like, if there's anything that's a tell out there, it's like Jesus. Like, that's one of them.
I know. Jesus was like, no.
No. Hey, guys, I know you believe me and everything, but your boy Floyd, he ain't up here. Kind of what happens when you put a loaded gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. Yeah, he did that. He did. But he's a good person. We should. Hello, sunshine. The world says hello. Little Johnny Depp action there.
That was, I can't stand that movie. I gotta be honest with you.
I actually like it. It's pretty good.
Hey,
George Floyd. Hell says hello.
It's the original one with Gene Wilder.
It was really good. Yeah. Well, I think Johnny Depp did an amazing portrayal of that actor. It was different. I'll give him that. He's actually a really good actor. I don't care about the dude's personal life. He's probably a whack job like the rest of them, but he's a good actor. I think so.
I don't know.
He's one of the few that made that transition from like teenage heartthrob and sex symbol, kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a good actor. I will give him that. Johnny Depp.
I'll give it to DiCaprio, but I mean Johnny Depp's all right. I mean,
I think it's pretty good.
Couldn't stand that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's weird. I will give you that. It is a weird, but that's the character's purpose. Like, he's supposed to be weird. He's supposed to be weird.
I guess.
Yeah.
Who directed that?
Oh, I forget.
What was that guy's name? Yeah, like the Oompa Loompas were terrible. I mean,
I thought they were hilarious.
You thought so?
That short little Indian dude? Yeah, I thought they were great. Like, you like the dude. The other Oompa Loompas were just weird. It's like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah. They
were ate too many carrots and tomatoes.
Little people?
Midgets? Dwarfs?
Yeah.
Hey, great news for all the Republicans that wanted to endorse Matthew McConaughey for governor. Thank God he's not running.
Tim Burton, that was it. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, there we go, Tim Burton. Matthew McConaughey meets with senators after endorsing gun control as acceptable sacrifice. Oh.
For who?
For whom, exactly?
Criminals?
Yeah.
Criminals are going to sacrifice their weapons?
Does Matthew McConaughey have any guns? Does he have security? I just want to know, does he have security? He probably does.
If he wants to open his big fat mouth, then if he does have armed security, he should do away with it.
100%.
Like the rest
Liberals,
of us.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Lead
put your guns away. Tell your security to go home and do it the right way. Lead by example. Come on. It'd be pretty acceptable right here if we just turn our guns in. All right. You see, that's what you got to do there. You got to take this little bit of that southern draw, that S. You got to extend that S out a little bit. And that's the way it goes there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just what's going to happen, you know? We're going to take these guns. I'm just going to do away with them. I like that right there. That's good. That's kind of good, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Matthew McConaughey. Acceptable sacrifice? No. Absolutely not. And lastly, but most certainly not least, Democrats are going to try every angle they can to go after the firearms. Democrat representative pushing 1,000% tax on AR-15s. You want to get shot? This is how you get shot. Taxing Americans, really, dude. We're already taxed out the ass and just multiply.
I mean, you don't think criminals want this gun law enacted?
Fuck yeah, they do.
You don't think criminals want
you are giving the criminals what they want
off of the street? Yeah. So they could just kick in any door, not worry about any repercussions because they know they're the only ones with a gun.
Why do you think they choose schools? It's a soft target. They know if there's no armed protection there, there's no guns there. What does that mean? When was the last time you heard of anybody robbing a bank?
I mean, it happens, but
I don't really hear too often about it.
You know,
I just, 1,000% tax increase on AR-15s. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to raise the purchase age to 21. They're going to try and tax it at 1,000%. This isn't going to work. There will still be more shootings. And instead of Democrats saying, hey, we were wrong, they're going to double down and call for more. Because after 21, that's it. You can't raise it to another age. That's it. So what are they going to call for next? Complete ban.
Yeah.
That's what's coming next. Yeah. To these Republicans that want to have these conversations, no, you don't. You shut it down and say, fuck you. No. Because they're going to try and twist it on you. They're going to say, so you'd rather put kids' lives under gun rights? Yes, I would. It's those gun rights that are saving other lives that the press is not reporting on. All you see are those dying in these shootings, but you're not seeing the stories, the numerous stories of lives being saved by guns. Press won't show you that. Why? Why is that?
Agenda.
An agenda. A political agenda.
That's all it is. They want power. They want people disarmed. They want to be able to just kick in doors and
do whatever they want.
I mean, the FBI is basically doing that right now, but they're going to kick in the wrong door.
Corruption at the highest level, 100%.
And find themselves in a heap of trouble, right?
I mean, if you have a dog and the ATF's coming, you better hide it. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's episode of the All-American Savage Show podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Moving forward, we'll be streaming on the All-American Savage Show on YouTube and Facebook when we can bring. I need to stand that up. I think I do have the Facebook page. As you know, they deleted my public figure page on Facebook of 600,000 people because they said I violated community services by talking about transgender issues. Well, go figure. When you're starting to groom children, you're going to have some pushback on that. So sorry if it offended your feeble sensibilities or the lack of moral character, but, fuck you and your family. So there we go. We appreciate your love and support. If you like the podcast, give it a share. Tell your friends about it. Leave us a great review. We're over on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it. Where podcasts are listened to, that's where we are at the American Savage Show. You can follow me at Sergeant Savage on Twitter and then John Burke 11B on Instagram. Check us out there. And if you want to support the show, check us out at shellshockcbd.com. Exciting news. We got the gummies coming soon, the vitamin gummies. We've got the apple cider vinegar. We've got the elderberry, and what's the other one? The third one?
Apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar, the elderberry, and
ashwagandha
berries. These are great. They're healthy for you. Very reasonable price. I think we're going $19.99 for a thing of 60. It's great. A serving size is 2.
Yeah.
So you can check that out. That's coming mid-month at shellshockcbd.com. You got anything to add, my man?
Yeah, make sure you check out that deal we're going on this month. You won't regret it.
Hell yeah. Until tomorrow, you stay savage, America.